During the live broadcast of the 2025 Country Music Association Awards, which will take place on November 19, two well-known individuals will not be present on the red carpet. One of the most well-liked and unexpected couples in the entertainment industry, Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani, will be watching the show from the comfort of their own homes this year. The story was solely confirmed by a source who stated, Blake and Gwen will be watching the Country Music Awards on their television this year. The statement caused eyebrows to be raised, particularly among lovers of country music who are accustomed to seeing Blake at virtually every big business event. There is, however, a fascinating combination of personal decision, evolving priorities, and a great love story that continues to define their existence together that lies behind their absence. Blake is not physically absent from the awards, despite the fact that he is not present on the big night. In recognition of his contribution to Post Malone's song Pour Me a Drink, which has garnered accolades from followers of both the country and pop music genres, he has been nominated for the award of Musical Event of the Year. However, it appears that the couple is prioritizing their comfort over the presence of cameras this year. They will watch performances by musicians such as Keith Urban, Kelsea Ballerini, Brandi Carlile, Little Big Town, and Luke Combs from the comfort of their couch. These are performances by artists with whom they have shared stages, mentored, or supported throughout the course of their careers. This quieter season is something that Blake and Gwen have chosen to do on purpose, despite the fact that it is tempting to think that avoiding the spotlight indicates that something is wrong. Over the course of the past few months, they have lessened their participation in public appearances, interviews, and the never-ending stream of Hollywood shows and events. In reality, what appears to be a lack of presence is actually an endeavor to cultivate a life that is rich in purpose, creativity, and profound connection while removing oneself from the outside noise. However, quiet has not the same meaning as unproductive. Significant commitments have been made by the couple, each of which reflects a mutual appreciation for music and community for the duo. It is one of the most significant announcements that they will be performing as the headlining act at the Endymion Extravaganza in New Orleans in the month of February. The event is one of the most renowned Mardi Gras events in the city, and the fact that Blake and Gwen have been booked for it indicates that it will be a great draw. This serves as a reminder that even when they take a break from the limelight, they come back on their own terms, frequently more powerful and more impressive than they were before. Despite the fact that Blake continues to maintain a consistent presence in the country music industry, whether it be through touring, collaborations, or unexpected appearances on television, Gwen has shifted her focus to a whole new seasonal endeavor, Christmas. Her recently released holiday songs, Hot Cocoa and Shake the Snow Globe, signal her return to the domain of joyful music, which is something that she has enthusiastically embraced over the past several years. In an Instagram video that she posted on November 14, Gwen revealed the whimsical inspiration that led to the creation of the song Hot Cocoa. She explained that the song was constructed around the concept of things that naturally belong together, which are pairs that not only complement each other, but also elevate one another. According to her, just like hot chocolate and marshmallows, or just like Rudolph and his nose, she claimed. The song has her singing with a lighthearted earnestness, and she says, "We're evergreen, we're just the thing, and everybody knows. We're just like hot chocolate, hot cocoa with marshmallows. You and I are just like one another." She celebrates warmth, togetherness, and a love that seems natural, soothing, and deeply entrenched in the song's lyrics, which reflect her characteristic blend of sweetness and allegory. The lyrics of the song and her relationship with Blake are so similar that it is impossible not to draw comparisons between the two. For Gwen, meeting Blake was like a miracle disguised as timing, and she has been very vocal about her feelings about it. In an interview that she gave to The Guardian in 2024, She reflected on how heartbroken she was when her marriage to Gavin Rossdale ultimately ended in divorce. She was compelled to reconstruct her identity and her sense of security from the ground up because she was responsible for the well-being of her 3 kids, Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo. It was as if she had been given a second chance at life when she finally met her spouse. Because the disintegration of my family felt like a disaster when it occurred. How are you going to get yourself back up after that? On the other hand, God placed something else in my life to adore me. Her words create a vivid image of a heartbreak that is changed into hope, of healing that begins suddenly in the midst of the darkest moments of one's life. Blake's viewpoint is consistent with her own truth, due to the fact that he had recently gone through his own difficult divorce with Miranda Lambert. He was likewise looking for a new beginning when he met Gwen. "We found each other at a very low point," Blake said in a 2022 episode of The Good Dish, describing the circumstances surrounding that moment with startling emotional recall. "Do you realize that she prevented me from falling to the lowest possible point? The sensation is similar to that of falling down a cliff and having a hand reach out and catch me. It was like that." After that, he stated, "I've never had that with somebody where it just felt like she has my back no matter what. That is the most incredible sensation ever." Their love story was not constructed in the spotlight or on a stage. Rather, it was constructed in the context of vulnerability, faith, and timing for both of them. It grew in the moments that occurred in between, behind the scenes of The Voice, in interactions that started out as expressions of support and eventually evolved into something significantly more significant. It is possible that this is the reason why it seems appropriate, even symbolic, to skip the Country Music Awards this year. They have arrived at a stage in which the validation of the public is no longer the primary concern. The accolades, nominations, and appearances are all items that are a part of their careers. Yet they are no longer the most important things in their lives. A center of gravity has been established for them, which includes their home, their mixed family, their shared music, and their partnership together. It is not a withdrawal to watch the Country Music Awards from their couch. Rather, it is a choice to relish the life that they have worked so hard to achieve. One might make the decision to spend the evening together, not as celebrities going down a red carpet, but rather as 2 individuals who are profoundly bonded by the path that they have taken. Despite this, their careers continue to thrive. Another festive layer has been added to Gwen's ever-evolving career with the publication of her Christmas album. It is clear that Blake continues to be a significant voice in contemporary country music, as evidenced by his partnership with Post Malone. They will be performing together again in New Orleans, which is where their chemistry always shines the brightest. Their upcoming concert will take place in New Orleans. Blake and Gwen are quietly demonstrating that the most powerful relationships do not require continual exhibition in a world that is preoccupied with exposure. A couple may find that taking a step back, taking a deep breath, and making a decision to select each other behind closed doors is the most beautiful thing they can do. As a result, Blake and Gwen will be at home, cheering from their living room, laughing together, critiquing outfits, singing along to their friends' performances, and possibly even enjoying a moment of stillness that fame rarely grants. This is because the entire country world will be tuning in to see who wins, who performs, and who surprises them. It is not an indication of remoteness that they will not be attending the 2025 Country Music Awards. This is a symbol of grounding, choices shown by it, and maybe most importantly, it is an indication of a pair whose relationship continues to be one of the most uplifting love stories in the industry. It is unwavering, robust, and beautifully genuine.